Good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome, everyone. It's so lovely to see a few extra people who don't normally do these sessions. So you don't need anything in particular for your practice this morning, just your beautiful selves and your mat. And we might start lying down this morning. So if it's a little bit cool, you might like to cover yourselves, any props for support under the back of the knees. If you prefer to stay seated, of course, that's absolutely fine. So good morning, welcome. Thank you for joining this morning. Last little practice we're getting in before Christmas Day. So come to lie down or just stay seated. You might like to close the eyes or have a soft downward glance. You might like to sigh the breath away 2 or 3 times. So just taking these first few moments to let things settle, let the body settle. Let the breath settle, the mind settle. And begin to allow your breath to become a little slower and a little deeper. So as you lie or sit on your yoga mat, allow your breath to be slow. Allow your breath to be deep. So everything's slowing down, quietening. And then become aware of the outer parameters of your body. You might like to imagine you're tracing the outline of your body with a crayon. And then just look at yourself from all sides. What do you see? What do you feel? And if you had to score your energy levels out of 10 this morning, 10 being full of energy and 1 being virtually no energy, what score would you give yourself? Now, I invite you to just move your awareness down to the sole of your left foot and visualize a little glowing ball of light, a little golden sun resting at the sole of your left foot. On the next inhalation, let's imagine that we're breathing that little sun up the left side of the body to the crown. We pause for a moment. And on the exhalation, that little golden ball of energy and light and warmth rolls down the right side and out through the right foot. So we're creating a loop. Breathing in through the sole of the left foot. Let that little sun flow up the left side of the body to the top of the head. Little pause. And as you exhale, that little golden sun flows down the right side and out through the right foot. Let's work with this a few more times. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And at the end of your next exhalation, just pause for a moment, release the practice. And then we're going to reverse direction. So we'll visualize that little golden sun at the sole of the right foot. And as we breathe in, that little golden sun is flowing up the right side of the body, all the way up to the crown top. A little pause. And as we exhale, that little glowing ball of light and warmth flows down the left side and out through the left foot. Breathing in through the right foot, all the way up the right side of the body to the top of the head. And breathing out, it flows down the left side and exits through the left foot. A few more of these. And after your next exhalation, release the practice. You might like to sigh the breath away. On the 20th of December, so Saturday just gone, we celebrated the summer solstice. The solstice marks a time of celebration, of honoring the light and our connection to the sun and the earth. Every culture has festivals to honor this day, and our ancestors around the earth built numerous monuments to honor the earth's life-giving relationship to the sun. So before we start to move, I'd like to share a passage with you from a book called Celebrating the Great Mother by Kate Johnson and Maura Shaw. Summer is a celebration of the earth's incredible bounty. Summer is a festival of this inner fire/power, the power that makes abundance and nourishment grow from tiny seeds, the power that brings things to fulfillment and expands and brightens our lives, that makes good things come from seed ideas and plans. And the warmth of the sun and the long hot days continually remind us of how good it is to find a balance between intense activity and lazy, idle hours doing nothing. Summer teaches us patience. The fruit is green until it's ripe, and you just can't rush it. We can't hurry things. But if we just relax and let go, things will reach their fullness without effort or ego striving on our part. And as we watch the fields baking in the heat and feel the sun's power to burn as well as to bless, we can feel our own gifts, our own special abilities as they ripen and swell, and know that we too have the power to make a difference for growth or for destruction in the world. So this is a time to mark peak moments, moments of warmth and growth. Our ancestors built huge bonfires on this day to celebrate their tangible connection to the vital power of the immense burning star that keeps our planet bright, warm, and alive. It's a good time to remember that we, like the sun, contain the power to nurture and sustain, and that we have a responsibility to burn as brightly as we can. The summer solstice is also the time to invite fire into our lives, fire to burn away all that we have outgrown and all that no longer serves us. Fire that makes the wild things grow in us, for which our inner selves have longed. So in our practice this morning, we will focus on strengthening our connection to light and to the sun, both the external sun and our own internal radiant light. So we're going to start in a reclined position. So if you've remained seated, I'll invite you now to come to lie down. And we'll just have the feet stepped up close to the back buttocks. So we're in a semi-supine position. Just making sure that the head, neck and spine are in a straight line. And I thought we might actually commence our movements this morning with working with the bandhas. And when we work with them in this position, it's called Tadaka Mudra. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the head. So the elbows are out wide. So if you haven't worked with these before, or you can't quite remember, if it's been a long time, the feet are hip width apart, so that the spine's in a straight line. We're just tucking the chin slightly forward, elbows wide. So in a moment, we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to lift the head, blow the breath out through the mouth, and apply our three bandhas. So Mula Bandha perineum, Uddiyana Bandha our abdominal lock. So we're drawing the tummy in and up under the ribcage, and the chin is towards the chest. So we hold that as long as we can. When we need to breathe, we just slowly lower the head back down, and you might take a breath or two just in between. So we'll do 3 of these in all. Best done on an empty stomach. So just be careful if that's, if you have got an empty stomach, you might prefer just to work with a few gentle rounds of bridge or something instead. All right. So let's exhale all breath to begin. And then breathing in. So lifting the head, blow the breath out through the mouth. Keep the elbows wide. So now we're squeezing the perineum, drawing the tummy down towards the ground and in up under the rib cage, chin to chest. Hold, hold, hold. When you need to breathe, just lower down, take a breath or two, check in with yourself, make sure you feel okay. If you feel at all lightheaded or nauseous, that's an indication to stop. But if you're all right, let's do another one. So a deep breath in, blow the breath out through the mouth, keep the elbows wide, squeeze the perineum, draw the tummy in up under the rib cage, chin to chest. When you need to breathe, just relax, take a breath or two. All right, and then if you're up for a third one, in your own time, breathe in, blow the breath away. When you've finished, lower the head, release your arms down by your side. We're going to draw the right knee in, interlace the fingers around the knee, just extend the left leg long, tuck the chin forward. And then on our next inhalation with pointed toes, inhale, raise the left leg up, flex the foot, and lowering down. Point the toes, inhale, raise the leg up, flex, and exhale down. Keep going. Now, the next time that left leg is in the air, just pause and we'll point and flex the foot. And circling. And reverse. Good. And then just lowering that left leg down. We're going to go straight into a twist. So right foot goes onto the left thigh, left hand to the outer edge of the right knee, right arm at shoulder height. Deep breath in. And then as we exhale, taking that knee across the body. Trying to keep that right shoulder in contact with the floor, either looking straight up or turning your head to look towards your right fingers. And breathe. Good. And then bring that knee back to center. Just give it a hug and a squeeze. And then just leave the right knee in towards the chest, arms out to the side. And we'll just draw some nice slow circles with this right knee, working into our right hip joint. Good. And then reversing. Good. And then just place that foot down. Bring the left foot in, and then we're going to do the same sequence on the other side. So we'll draw the left knee in, stretch the right leg away, pointing the right toes. When you're ready, inhale, raising the right leg up, flex, and lowering. Point the toes, breathing in, breathing out. Work with your own breath in your own time. Noticing how this right side is feeling compared to the left side. And then the next time that leg is in the air, just pause there. Let's point and flex the foot. And circling. Good. And reverse. Good. And then lower that right foot down. Left foot on the right thigh. Right hand to the outer edge of the knee. Left arm out at shoulder height. Taking that knee across the body, relaxing that left shoulder down. And breathe. Good. Come back to center. Give it a hug. And then Keeping that left leg in. Now we'll make some nice slow circles with this left knee in the air. And again, just noticing what's going on in this side compared to the right side without attaching a judgment, just being curious, noticing what you notice, and reversing. Good. Come back to center and stretch the left leg away. Give the legs a bit of a shake. All right, arms down alongside us. As we breathe in, let's raise the arms up overhead and just pause, bringing as much tension into the body as possible. And then on the exhalation, lower the arms down and just take a resting breath. Let everything go. 2 more. So breathing in. And breathing out. And last one. Take a breath. And then we'll draw both knees into the chest, give ourselves a hug, and rock from side to side. Good. And then we're going to roll over to one side and come up to sit. If you want to grab a pillow or a cushion to sit on. So we're going to, I'm going to chant the Gayatri mantra. If you are familiar with the Gayatri, you're welcome to join in, or you can just listen. So the Gayatri being a very sacred Sanskrit chant to honour the power, the light of the sun as a symbol for our own internal light. You might also like this morning to work with Surya Mudra, which is our sun mudra, good for stoking our solar plexus chakra, Manipura chakra. So Surya Mudra, not one we work with often, is to bend the ring fingers down and then you just press the thumbs over the top. So ring fingers down, thumbs press them down, and then the index, middle, and little fingers are extended. So the hands can just be resting in our lap or on our knees. Nice, tall, straight spine. So this can help to strengthen the fire element within us and stoke our Manipura chakra, or Agni, the digestive fire, internal fire. So 3 rounds of the Gayatri, either joining in or listening, and then we'll work with 3 Oms. Let's exhale all breath. Breathing in. Om Bhurvibhuः Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvibhuः Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvibhuः Svaya Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Deep breath in. Om. 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 Now just sit quietly for a couple of minutes, either with the hands where they are, or you might like to bring them to either side, so just sort of above the ears, the head. So it's like we're creating a chalice, a divine chalice, welcoming the light, the warmth, the power, the energy of this sun in through the crown of the head, a transformative power. Just breathing, sitting quietly. And then very slowly bring the hands to the belly and in a clockwise direction, just giving the belly a lovely massage. And hands to the knees, either sitting cross-legged now or in a diamond shape. And we'll go straight into wheeling the body. Eyes can be open or closed. Just keep the shoulders soft, the face relaxed, the mouth free of tension. Good, and then if the legs are crossed, change the cross of the legs and circling in the opposite direction. Good, and then come back to center. Might sigh the breath away. And let's work with our cat in a seated position this morning. So as we exhale, we round the back. And as we inhale, chest forward, shoulders back. Keep the face soft. Exhale, we round. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing in. Good. And then if you'd like, 2 fingers can go onto the tips of the shoulders. Exhale, we round. Inhale, take the arms wide. Exhale. Inhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. And then finally, if we'd like to, inhale, take the arms wide. And exhale. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing. 2 more. And release. All right. Let's come on to all fours, moving any props off the mat. And we'll start with a variation of tiger. Any issues with the knees, feel free to give yourself a little bit of support. But we're starting on the hands and the knees. As we breathe in, we'll bring the right knee in towards the forehead. And as we exhale, extend the leg back. So 2 more of these. Inhale, knee to forehead. Exhale back. Knee to forehead. Exhale back. Now we'll just hold it here, trying to keep the hips square. If you'd like to, raising the opposite arm up, the left arm up. And breathe as we hold. If you'd like to take this further, we can bend the right leg and see if we can reach around to find the foot or the ankle. And if we can, we hold on and we're lifting up. That's a gentle smile on our lips. And then gently release down. So same thing to the other side. Left knee in towards the forehead. Exhale back. Left knee in. And back. And back. Now we might just stay here, or we're going to raise the right arm up and hold the balance. Those of you who'd like to take this further, you bend the left leg, reach the right arm back around, see if you can find your foot or your ankle, and hold and lift and breathe. Good, and then we'll slowly release and come down into extended child. We'll move into a lateral stretch here. So just lift the head up, walk your hands over to the left side. So either keeping the hands shoulder width apart, or for a stronger stretch, the right palm might rest on top of the left palm. Trying to keep the shoulders level and breathing into that right side of the torso. And then come back to center. Walk the hands around to the right side. Hands shoulder width apart, or left palm resting on top of the right for a stronger stretch. Trying to keep the shoulders level and breathing into the left side of the torso. Back to center. If you'd like to come forward, we're seeing if we can bring the armpits and the chest down. So this is inchworm pose is one name for this pose. And then just slide yourself back. All right, let's prepare to lift up into elephant. So our little fingers are touching the outer edge of the mat. Our little toes are touching the outer edges of the mat. When we're ready, inhale, lifting the knees, the hips, and exhale into our beautiful elephant, letting the trunk, our head dangle down, let it be floppy and loose. Always do any wrist issues, do dolphin instead. So you interlace the fingers. You could always try making fists with the hands. Feel free to come down whenever you need to. We're only going to do elephant once. So stay, if you can, for perhaps another 5, up to another 5 breaths. Then we'll come down onto our knees and rest into child. All right, slowly release. Let's come up now either to a low kneel or a high kneel if that's better for you. And we're going to go through a few rounds of a kneeling salute. If you would like to join with me on the last exhale, we'll add the chant, Sanskrit chant, Om Suryaya Namaha, which is another beautiful chant to honor and welcome and acknowledge and celebrate the energy, the warmth, the light of the sun. So let's exhale all breath and then breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, cat, tuck the toes. Exhale, down, face dog pose. Lowering the knees. Extended child. Now we're going to work with the version where we do the full prostration. So coming to lie down on your tummy, palms together above the head, forehead down, and take a deep breath. Arms and legs wide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands back alongside the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, coming up. So now adding the chant. Om Suryaya Namaha. Take a breath. So two more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, cat. Down face dog pose. Back into cat. Extended chart. Sliding on the floor. Take a deep breath. Arms and legs wide. Inhale, lift. And lower. Hands back alongside the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Om Suryaya Namaha. Take a breath. Last one. Take a breath. Arms and legs wide and lift. And down. Hands alongside your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Om Suryaya Namaha. Take a breath. And release. All right, let's slowly now come up to stand. Into Tadasana. Feet hip width, just relaxing the shoulders. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever you feel comfortable with. Let's come back to that little visualization that we commenced our practice with. So taking the awareness down to the sole of the left foot, visualizing a little glowing ball of light and warmth and energy resting there. And on the next inhale, visualize that little glowing ball flowing up the left side of the body to the crown. And on the exhalation, it rolls down the right side all the way down and exits through the right foot. So breathing in through the left foot, take that little glowing ball all the way up to the crown top. Exhale down the right side, all the way down and out through the right foot. Let's do a few more. And then release. And then we'll reverse directions. So visualizing the little golden sun at the sole of the right foot. And breathe that little glowing ball up the right side of the body, all the way to the crown top. A little pause. And on the exhalation, it rolls down the left side and exits through the left foot. Breathing in through the right foot, all the way up to the crown top. And exhale down the left side and out through the left foot. So a few more. When you're finished, release. And if the eyes are closed, you might like to blink them open. All right, let's rest the hands over the belly. So this next movement is called Making the Sun. So we're going to imagine the center of us as the center of that glowing golden ball of warmth and light and energy. And as we breathe in, it's as though our fingertips are spreading the light, like the sun rays, our arms, our fingers, taking the hands up, fingertips touch. And as we exhale, the arms lower. So imagining yourself as this beautiful glowing ball, radiant, shining, bright, sharing your light with those around you. Just work at your own time with this. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, we can come up onto our tiptoes as we breathe in. Lowering the heels as we breathe out. Finish the one you're on and work with one more. And just reflecting on your light, whether it feels a little dim this morning or perhaps it feels like it's shining bright. But if it is feeling a little bit dim, you might ask yourself the question, what might be dimming my light? Or what veil might be covering my light? Good. And release. All right. Let's bring the heels together, hands onto our hips. We're going to do a little bit of squatting. This is Thich Nhat Hanh's mindful squat. So as we breathe in, we lift up onto the balls of the feet. And as we breathe out, we lower down, trying to keep the spine upright, shoulders relaxed, chest open. Inhale onto the balls. So we don't actually lower the heels at all, staying on the balls of the feet. So again, just at your own pace. If you feel a bit wobbly, you might have a chair or a table with you and you can hold on to for a bit of extra support this morning. Let's do 2 or 3 more. And lower the heels. Feet back hip width, hands can stay on our hips, little bend in the legs, and let's just make some nice slow circles with our hips. and reversing. Good, and back to center. Okay, so hands stay on the hips, coming back to Thich Nhat Hanh, and now his mindful balance. So weight into the left foot as we breathe in, pick up the right, and as we breathe out, we see if we can straighten the leg, pointing the toes. Bend the leg in and lower. Other side, inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. So alternating from side to side, inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do 2 more to each side. Stay with your breath. Keep lengthening up through the crown of the head. And last one. Good. When you finish, just release the hands. Take a deep breath in. Side away. And then let's make just a few slow circles with our shoulders, lifting them up towards the ears, rolling them back and down, forward, up, and down. Good. All right. Okay, so let's try something. We haven't done this for a while as well either. Uttanasana, so our forward fold, but with a variation where we're going to cross one leg over the other. Doesn't matter which one comes in front the first time, because we're going to do both of them. Hands onto the hips. Now you could, if you prefer, you don't want to go all the way down. That's not feeling available today. You might have a chair or a table and you might come to here instead. So this is an option. Otherwise, you might be down here, fingertips might be on the mat. This is a really good stretch to do if you do a lot of sitting. And this band across here can get very tight. So this is a wonderful stretch if you're doing, or if you're just sitting a lot, or, doing a road trip, a long road trip. I know one of you at least is doing that very soon, perhaps tomorrow. This is a great stretch. Often when I'm doing a bit of a road trip, even when we get out to have like a toilet break, I'll just do this stretch for a minute on each side. But you don't have to come all the way down, as I mentioned. You might have something that you're leaning against or holding on to. Good. And then we'll slowly come up and you might shake it out, and then we'll change the legs over. Just notice, might feel quite different on the second side. Might feel the same, but it might also feel quite different. So just again, noticing what you notice. And breathe. And then we'll slowly, slowly come up and shake it out. All right, couple more standing poses before we come back down. Next one, we'll take the legs a little wider apart, outer edges of the feet parallel, and raise the arms to shoulder height, tipping over to the left side. Any neck issues, you might even look down towards that left big toe. Otherwise, head might be in a neutral position. Inhale, arms back to center. Exhale over to the right side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale. Let's hold the stretch this time for a few breaths. Good. Head to neutral. Inhale. And over to the right side. Exhale. And breathe. Inhale, come up. And exhale. And bring the legs in. You can give them a little bit of a shake. Another forward bend, so legs wide. Either hands onto the buttocks, and we'll slide the hands down the backs of the legs, or interlacing the fingers if you'd like to. Or again, you might have a chair or a table in front and you just come to this position. So please choose, or arms come up and over as we lower the head down, or hands sliding down the legs. And breathe. And coming up. Let's raise the arms all the way up overhead. And bring the hands down through the center. And release. All right, we're going to come down to lie. And we're going to work again with something that we haven't done for quite a long time. It's called Jatara Agni. That's the Sanskrit name. And it's a wonderful, very simple practice for stoking our internal fire, and very good for our digestion and metabolism. All of these poses that work with the sun energy are good for digestion and metabolism. So we begin with the arms in the classic T. We create a classic T shape to begin. So arms at shoulder height, feet together. Make sure the head, neck, and spine are in a straight line. And then we just walk the feet over to the left as far as we can, keeping the top half of the body as still as possible. So hopefully you're feeling now this lovely stretch into this right side of the torso, down to the hip. And we just stay here for a couple of minutes. So if you're feeling a bit cold, you can even cover yourselves with a blanket. We try to keep the feet flexed, face relaxed, mouth free of tension, and just breathing and softening and trying to relax here. Good, and then over the next 2 or 3 breaths, slowly walk your feet back to center, back into the classic T shape. And then, of course, we need to do the other side. So walking your feet over as far as you can to the right. Keep the feet flexed, the upper body as still as possible. And then just try to let go. The body soften and the breath to flow. And again, over the next 2 or 3 breaths, return to center. Release your arms down by your side. And then draw both knees in. Give yourselves a lovely hug, perhaps a little rock from side to side. Come back to center. Inhale, take the legs up, arms out to the side or overhead. Exhale, draw the knees in. Option to lift your head to the knees. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do 3 more. Option to add the chant Om Suryaya Namaha now. Om Suryaya Namaha. Last one. Om Suryaya Namaha. Step the feet down. Release your arms, and let's prepare now for Shavasana. So grab any warmth you need, any support you need, and I'm going to come up to be closer to you again. I hope you've been enjoying those beautiful flowers there in the background. My daughter had her graduation on the weekend. And her best friends gave her those beautiful flowers. She's letting me share them with you today. So just preparing yourself for rest, perhaps sighing the breath away 2 or 3 times, allowing your breath to be slow, allowing your breath to be deep. Breath is slow. Breath is deep. Now, in your mind's eye, I invite you to picture yourself sitting or lying at the beach in the west where the sun sets over the sea. The sun, with its enormous creative and regenerative power, is slowly sinking. And pretty streaks of pink and purple are starting to light up the sky. The seagulls have all flown away. The people who crowded the beach in the heat of the day have gone home. You are here alone, peaceful and quiet as the sun gets lower and lower. You can hear the gentle waves rolling in, lapping at the shore. Now the sun is touching the horizon, and your body also is sinking deeper and deeper into peace, into quiet. The sun descends below the horizon until only the red gold rim can be seen, sinking deeper, slowly deeper, until the sun is completely gone. Only a deep pink radiance glows above the sea. And you too are sinking down, beginning to drift, to float, to flow into dreams of soothing waves and deep, restful, healing rest. Now, very, very gently, start to deepen the breath. Bring your awareness back into your physical body, bringing some movement into your fingers and toes. Might like to have a bit of a stretch. And when you feel ready, quietly come over to one side and make your way up to sit. We'll close with one Om together, so taking the arms out to the side. Deep breath in. Om. Just bowing your head down. And also just taking a moment to acknowledge everyone here with us, everyone on their Zoom mats this morning, connecting energetically, virtually, if not physically. And lift the head up. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. for joining all this year, for perhaps some of you 20, 30 years. Amazing. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Christmas break, and I'll keep in touch and hope to see some of you on the 17th of January in the Botanical Gardens. Love to you all.